Hello, and welcome to Campus Currents, where we help you navigate the tides of campus living. My name is Berman.
And my name is Caleb Stipkovits. For our last Campus Currents of Winter Quarter, we have some great stories to recap for you.
Let's dive in.
In a sudden decision announced by Seattle U in early February, the Lee Center for the Arts is set to be demolished. The Lee Center will be replaced by a new museum that will house the $300 million Hadreen art collection that the school received last year. While the decision was made with the hope that the Cornish merger goes through, many theater faculty and students are left wondering what will happen if it doesn't. Should the merger not go through, Seattle U would be left without a performing arts space on campus. Many theater faculty and students feel hurt about the decision. In a joint statement, the faculty wrote, quote, "Assumptions were made on the part of the administration that were incorrect, leading to their quiet decision to demolish the Lee Center. Had they reached out to any one of us at the start of their planning, we could have guided them to better decisions." End quote. Many students, faculty, alumni, and community members plan to encourage Seattle U to reconsider their decision.
Earlier this month, the United Filipino Club hosted the 31st annual Barrio Fiesta. Caleb got a chance to check out the show. Let's take a look.
If you're a student at Seattle University, chances are you've heard of Barrio. Barrio Fiesta, or just known as Barrio to students, is a show put on by the United Filipino Club, also known as UFC. Barrio has been one of SU's most iconic events since its first show in 1985. The performance features a dinner, dancing, singing, a skit, and more. Barrio is extremely popular. This year's show sold more than 450 tickets. Jomi Ruiz is one of the co-chairs of the show.
We broke a record for UFC selling out in less than 10 hours. So we sold out all of our tickets in less than half a day, which is really mind-boggling to me because in previous years it's taken somewhere around 2 days to a week for it to sell out.
This year's record-breaking performance was to the theme of Welcome Home. One way UFC incorporated this theme was through cooking a home-style meal for attendees. The dinner included several dishes including chicken adobo, Filipino spaghetti, and vegetable pancit. UFC also used the Welcome Home theme in their skit, which followed a Filipino-American family traveling to the Philippines together for the first time. After reflecting upon the show, Ruiz told me what Barrio means to him.
Barrio, to me, is just like family, incorporating all of those values of Filipino identity, whether it's hospitality, food, which is a big one, friendliness, and just kindness as a whole. I'd say Barrio just embodies all of that.
From the Seattle Spectator, I'm Caleb Stipkovits.
Dylan, I have a joke for you.
Okay, shoot.
What does an Italian plumber say while attending the United Filipino Club's recent event?
I don't know. What?
It's a Barrio.
That joke is so bad that we have to transition into news now.
Waking up before sunrise, breaking fast at sunset, praying at the local mosque, and staying up late to do homework. This is the cycle so many Muslim students find themselves in during the month of Ramadan. For 30 days, Muslims all around the world fast from sunrise to sunset in an act of worship. For Muslim college students, this can be a tricky time, balancing spiritual endeavors with busy schedules and other academic responsibilities. Many Muslim students at Seattle U have been able to find community through clubs like the Muslim Student Association. Some have been able to find comfort, even celebrating Ramadan away from home. Ramadan is more than just a test of endurance, it is a time of reflection, discipline, and unity. Through shared meals, prayers, and the strength of community, Muslim students find a balance between faith and academics, carrying the lessons of the month far beyond its 30 days.
Scholars, students, tribal members, and indigenous students gathered in the hub of the Bite Cafe to attend the Lashutsi lecture series, hosted by the Indigenous Peoples Institute. Local author Janet Yoder promoted her book, Where the Language Lives, Vi Hilbert and the Gift of the Lashutsi. The book reflected on Yoder's relationship with the late Skagit elder and her work to preserve the Lashutsi language. Lashutsi is credited as Seattle's original language. While Lashutsi was spoken by many different Coast Salish tribes in the area, there is no longer any demographic of people who speak it as a first language. Hilbert's work to preserve the language inspired many people in attendance. For those looking to learn more, the next event in the series will take place March 19th, featuring Native American storyteller and artist Robert Fernandez.
Seattle U is currently reconsidering its academic schedule for the 2026-2027 year. During fall quarter, Provost Shane Martin organized a committee with a variety of voices across campus to discuss potential issues and changes to the current academic calendar. The committee identified several issues within the Seattle U's current academic schedule, including the gap between fall and winter break. The committee also noted the difficulties for both faculty and students with the quick turnaround between winter and spring quarter, as well as how quickly classes begin after students return from winter break. The committee has examined a variety of possible alternative schedules. One large potential change would be fall quarter beginning a week earlier and combining Thanksgiving and winter break. This change would also see the school year end a week earlier in June. A decision has not been yet reached on what changes to the schedule will be implemented or whether there will be any changes at all.
Well, Caleb, I know you're old and graduating this year, but I sure am excited to potentially have a longer break my senior year.
I'm not old. We're the same age.
Not in this lighting, we're not.
Whoa. Listen up. Let's stick to the script, young man.
Young man?
Yeah, so if you're going to call me old, then maybe I can ask for the respect that you're supposed to bestow upon your elders.
Okay, Grandpa, whatever you say.
This is ridiculous. Viewers, scratch that. Let's talk about Scratched Out.
Scratched Out, the Seattle Youth Theater Program's most recent production, was put on from February 19th to 23rd. The production featured a variety of performances, from conceptual theater to poetry to songs. Many of the actors featured were from majors outside the theater department. Scratched Out was a celebration of all that theater could be, which was underscored by the message from the actors at the end of the show to save the Lee Center. MCs of the production, Jarrett Magdaleno and Issa Sale, shared why the Lee Center is an essential space for the program, and pointed the audience towards a petition they could sign in the lobby. For an inside look at the production, check out our interview with some of the cast on our podcast, Cherry Street Chat.
Seattle University's choir department has been gearing up all quarter for their winter performance, Holding the Light, a Lenten prayer concert. The director, Leanne Conley Holcomb, was joined this winter quarter by Lark Witten, a guest conductor for the Chamber Singers Ensemble. Bringing Witten in as a visiting conductor lightened Conley Holcomb's workload and exposed choir students to a different teaching approach. Witten has enjoyed having the opportunity to conduct and work with Seattle Youth Chamber Singers, saying, quote, "Every day feels like a privilege. It's a really amazing opportunity, and I'm really grateful that Dr. C was able to give me this opportunity," end quote. Choir is always looking for new members, both music majors and not. If you missed the winter quarter concert, there will be one more choir concert for this year put on during spring quarter.
Wandering through Capitol Hill often leaves one wondering, what is that sound? Is it the dulcet drawl of smooth electronic jazz? Could it be the haunting howls of experimental noise? The clattering cacophony of 4 straight hours of Western region bird songs? Any of these auditory quandaries will lead one right to Wall of Sound Records, Capitol Hill's home for unusual music. Wall of Sound is located at 12th Avenue and Pike Street in Capitol Hill. The store is known for providing affordable physical music, offering genres ranging from spoken word to Arabic folk noise to space-themed disco to German punk pop to blues. Currently, the only two working in the store are owners Jeffrey Taylor and Michael Ohlenroth, known for their palpable passion and willingness to provide recommendations to customers based on their tastes. Longtime Seattle residents recall Wall of Sound as a fixture in Seattle's music community for the past 35 years.
Dylan, what type of music do you like to listen to?
You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay, cool. Do you have any artists that you're listening to right now?
Well, there's one, but they're kind of underground.
I mean, I listen to a lot of different artists. Maybe I've heard of them. What's their name?
Their name is Seattle U Men's Basketball, and the sound of their dribbling makes the sweet tunes I like to listen to.
You're a strange person.
Yes, but let's talk more about my favorite artist.
The Seattle U men's basketball team final home game of the season was an eventful match. Facing conference rivals Grand Canyon University, the Redhawks unfortunately lost by one singular point. While the game started off slow, the Redhawks came back strong during the second half, scoring 37 points to GCU's 26. This game was also senior night. Reflecting upon his time at Seattle U, senior forward Kobe Williamson said, quote, "SU has been great to me for the 5 years that I've been here, so it's just nice. It's nice just hearing their fans in the stadium for one last time," end quote. The Redhawks may have one more chance to face off against GCU during the WAC tournament. As of filming, they have already won their first game, so they are one step closer to a potential rematch.
Fans packed the stands on a chilly Seattle night at Logan Field for the first time in 2025. The Redhawks chants could be heard all the way from the Cherry Street Dining Hall on campus as Seattle University softball prepared for a doubleheader against their conference opponents, Abilene Christian University, ACU, for their 2025 home opener. The Redhawks returned home after being on the road since their season began March 7th. During their month on the road, the team picked up a record of 11-9 and were named within the top 25 for mid-major Division I softball programs. The team also had 3 players earn Pitcher and Player of the Week recognition, with Taylor Fitch being named Player of the Week, along with Nicholas Simpson and Avery Morris both earning Pitcher of the Week recognition. The Redhawks went on to win the third game of the series versus ACU March 8th, completing a series sweep for their first conference games of the season. This Seattle U squad is loaded with talent from top to bottom, and they'll definitely be a team you want to keep an eye on this season.
Seattle sports teams are gearing up for spring and summer, which mark the start of Major League Baseball as well as the National Women's Soccer League. In the MLB, the Seattle Mariners are hoping to come back after narrowly missing the playoffs last season. This offseason was definitely a slow one for the organization. The biggest moves by the Mariners this offseason were the team re-signing veteran infielders Jorge Polanco and Donovan Solano to one-year contracts. Both infielders have proven themselves as veteran-plus hitters in previous years. At the mound, Mariners led many pitching stats in the league last year and are keeping their strong rotation around. Seattle Reign, the city's NWSL team, also narrowly missed the playoffs, but they're turning the beat around this season, hoping that their new signee Lynn Biendolo, the NWSL's leading goal scorer with 80 goals, will help the team turn things around offensively. It remains to be seen if the reign of the Reign will continue in their upcoming season.
And that's all for Campus Currents this winter quarter.
To read more, check out our website at seattlespectator.com. And remember, stay current, Redhawks.